Welcome, my dear students. This is the fourth lecture of the section Computer Network. In this lecture, we will learn some new things regarding the computer network. Now, moving forward, first we will learn about the data communication terms. The first term that what I am going to discuss, that is channel. So, a channel is a communication path, means through which our data can move, means when the sender sends the data, it moves through any channel to the receiver. The communication channel may be the wired or may be wireless. Means if we are using wireless technology, then the communication channel is wireless, and if we are sending our data through the wires and cables, then this type of technology is called the wired communication technology. So the channel is that medium through which the data passes from the sender to the receiver. The next topic is baud. So baud is the measuring unit of the data transfer, means per second how much data you are receiving from the sender. This measurement unit is called the baud. Means if you are receiving 2 MB data per second, then the baud will be called 2 MB. Now next is bandwidth. So the amount of the data that can be passed along a communication channel in a given period of time, means you can understand or compare it with a lane. If the lane is narrow enough, so no much amount of data can be passed through it. If the lane is broader, then a large amount of data can be passed through that particular lane. In the similar way, if the bandwidth is less, then less amount of data can be passed through it, and if the bandwidth is high, then the large amount of data can be passed through it in the given period of the time. And the unit of measuring the bandwidth is hertz. The next is data and signal. Data and signal both are the names of a common thing that is the information. When the information is received on the receiver end or before sending as the sender end, the information is called the data. Means when the information is in the form of 0 or 1, this is called the data. And when the data is passes through any communication channel, then through the journey period or through the passing period of this particular information is called the signal. Means when the signal is in the path or the information is in the path, this is called the signal, and when it is at the receiver end or at the sender end, then this is called the data. Next is communication medium. So the communication medium is that through which our data is passes from one place to another place. Next, data transfer rate. So it is the amount of the data through which the data can be passed from one place to another place. For example, we are talking in our daily life that the net speed is slow or the net speed is 5. We are transferring data in Mbps, we are transferring data in kbps. So these all are the measuring units of the data transfer rate. So as I told you earlier about the baud, so the baud and the data transfer rate is the common thing. The baud is the measuring unit of the data transfer rate, whereas the data transfer rate means the amount of data transferred in one direction over the link divided by the time. Now moving forward, we will discuss about some network devices. So these devices are helpful in a network in order to sending and receiving data in a perfect manner and without any latency. So now moving forward, the first device that I am going to discuss, that is the modem. So modem is a combination of the modulator and demodulator. This device converts the data signal into the analog signal and the analog signal into the digital signal. So this is a simple device. You can see the set-top box attached with your TV set. So this is also a type of modem for the homely uses. The next is RJ45 connector. So this is a connector. RJ stands for the registered jack. So this is a connector which are used as a plug-in device in any networking and telecommunication application. When we are setting a lane, particularly Ethernet, then these connectors are used to connect two systems with each other. The next is Ethernet card. This is again a network device. It is a hardware device. It is used to connect the system on the network. So with the help of Ethernet card, a physical address of each computer is decided, and while sending the data, the receiver is identified by this MAC address. So the physical address is called as MAC address. So what is MAC address? So MAC address is a 6-byte address with each byte separated by a colon, and this is a unique physical address, and this address is assigned by the NIC card, or usually this card is called as Ethernet card. Now moving forward, the next topic is hub. So what is hub? Hub is a hardware device and it is used to connect several computers together. A hub contains multiple independent but connected module of network and inter-networked equipment. It has multiple ports and that are used for connecting multiple computers or a segment of LAN together. A hub may be an active hub or it may be a passive hub. So what is the meaning of active hub and what is the meaning of passive hub? The active hub are those hubs whose amplify the signal as it moves from one device to another device. Means when the data is passing from one system to another system, the actual amplitude of the signals goes down and the active hub amplifies the signal in order to make its perfect strength that the message is understandable and it again sent to the receiver. Whereas the passive hub, so passive hub only allows to pass the data from one computer to another computer without any change. So now the working of the hub is like that hub is an device that has no intelligence. Means hub has no idea about the MAC address assigned to the computer on in which network the hub is connected. So once the data is sent, as you can see in the diagram, once a data is sent by one node, the same data is copied to the every system connected in the hub. The red arrow mark shows that the data sent by a single node is sent to all the other nodes, and the receiver system MAC address matches the address written on the data frame, and if both address matches, then the data is received or accepted by that particular frame, else system discards the data from itself. So this is the hub. So hub is work like a multi-port connector only. It has no intelligence. So when we are using hub, there may be a chance of traffic jam because it sends the data in each and every direction. So the next topic is switch. What is switch? A switch is a device and it is used to segment network into different subnetworks, and these subnetworks are called subnets or the LAN segments. So a switch is responsible for filtering data, means the transforming data in a specific way, or for forwarding packets between LAN segments. Switch can support any packet protocol. LANs that are segmented through switches are called switched LANs. So now moving forward, now how a switch functions. So this is an important thing, that how a switch functions. So it insulates the transmission from other parts. The switch establishes a temporary connection between a source and a destination and then terminates the connection once the conversation is done. So you can understand like a phone call means when there are private lines in places. So for a particular example, someone called at a home and asked for any particular private network, then the operator connects the switch, and after the conversation has been done, the line is disconnected. So this is how that the switch work. So now is the difference between the hub and the switch. Means the hub and the switch are the two network devices, whereas the hub replicates the data when it receives it. And what the switch do? The switch keeps the record of the MAC addresses of the devices attached to it and sends the data to that specific device or system. As you can see in the diagram, a data is sent from the desktop computer, and you can see that the switch has the records of all the MAC addresses of the systems connected to this, like that printer, database and the laptop, but the data is transmitted to the laptop. If there is a hub in place of switch, then the data is also sent to the printer and to the database, but it is not happening here because this is a switch, and switch has an ability that it sends the data in that direction only for which the data is dedicated sent. The next device is bridge. So a bridge is a device that links two networks together. Means if you have two separate networks and you want to link these two networks, you need a device that is bridge. And bridge has a record of the MAC addresses of the computer of both the sides. Means the bridge has an idea to know that which computer on which side of the bridge. So the bridge only allows those messages that need to go to the other side to cross the bridge. And the one most important point is that bridge can connect two similar networks. Means it connects two networks that follows the same protocol. Means if there are two networks that are following some different protocol, then you cannot use between bridge to link these two networks. As you can see in the diagram, there is a network that is connected with hub 1, host A and host B, and there is another network that is connected with hub 2, that is host C and host D, and the bridge is creating or making a link between these two networks. So bridge is used to connect two networks following the same protocol. The next is a gateway. As I told you, the bridge is used to connect similar networks, whereas the gateway is a device that uses two dissimilar network. It establishes an intelligent connection between a local network and external network with completely different structure. Means a gateway is actually a node on a network that serves as an entrance to another network. So you can say that it is a intelligent connection. That gateway is used between two different or dissimilar networks. The next is a repeater. So as the term a repeater, so it is an electronic device that receives a signal. Before it comes too weak, the repeater regenerates the original signal, and the strength of the signal and the intensity of the signal will again rise, and it is in the form that is easily sent to some other receiver, and as the signal can travel some more distance. So the repeater is basically a sort of amplifier which amplifies the signal when it becomes weak after the travel. The next topic is router. A router is a networking device that forwards data from one machine to another machine. A router is responsible for forwarding data from one network to a network that is different. So the router uses a routing table. With the help of the routing table, the router selects the shortest path from the center and the receiver. The router works like a bridge, but the main difference between the router and bridge is that router can handle the different protocols. Means the router uses the logical addresses in order to find the receiver in a particular network. Now moving forward, the next device is the Wi-Fi card. So we are all using Wi-Fi nowadays. So how a Wi-Fi card helps us? So a Wi-Fi card is either an internal or external local area network adapter. The most common Wi-Fi card used in desktop computers are PCI Express. Wi-Fi cards made to fit the PCI Express card slot on the motherboard. So Wi-Fi cards are known as wireless fidelity cards, and they allow the users to set up connection without any wire. Means with the help of Wi-Fi cards you can set up a network without the use of any wire, as we usually do in our home network, in our PAN network nowadays. By using hotspot, by using Wi-Fi connection, it is possible to access the network without the use of the any type of wire. So the Wi-Fi card helps in order to wirelessly communicate from one person to another person. And now here are few important differences between the network devices that what I discussed before. The first device is the router and the bridge. So what is the basic difference between these two? So the first of all, you should know that the router works in the network layer of the OSI model, whereas the bridges operate in the data link layer of the OSI model. So the next is, a router is used to connect the LAN and MAN. It means that you can connect to different networks with the help of router. And with the help of bridge, you can connect two different LAN segments. Means you have two different network working on the same protocol. That two networks can be connected with the help of bridge. The router transmits the data in the form of packets via different routes, and the bridge transmits the data in the form of frames. The router works on the logical address, that is IP address, whereas the bridge works on the physical address, that is the MAC address. Router has many ports compared to the bridge, and bridge has only 2 ports. And the router has a routing table. It means it has the record of all the IP addresses connected on that particular router, and the bridge don't have any router table like structure in order to send the data from the sender and the receiver. The next difference is between the bridge and the repeater. Individually, these are two network devices. We use bridge in order to connect two LAN segments, and the repeater is basically a amplifying device that amplifies the signal in order to travel some more distance. So these are the basic difference between the bridge and the repeater, and you can see in the table also that bridge is a hardware device, whereas repeater is also a hardware device. A bridge can operate both on physical level as well as it can also work in the data link layer, whereas the repeater
work or operate at only physical layer. Bridge uses the MAC address, and the repeater does not understand the physical address or MAC address, and it also does not require these type of address requirement, because the repeater has to only amplifies the signal. The bridge can understand the frame format, where the repeater cannot understand the frame format, and the bridge performs packet filtering and the repeater performs the amplifying purpose of the signal. It does not perform any packet filtering. Now moving forward, the next difference is the between the router and the gateway. As I had told you earlier that these are the two network devices that work differently in different situations. So as you can see that the router forwards packet from one network to another based on the routing table, whereas the gateway converts one protocol format to another protocol format. Means the gateway, with the help of gateway, you can link two different networks following the different protocols. The primary goal of the router is that it controls the traffic. Means if there is traffic jam on a particular route, the router opts any other route in order to send the data to the receiver. Whereas the main primary goal of the gateway is that it translates the protocol from one protocol to another in order to work together. The router provides some additional features, whereas gateway also provides some additional feature like protocol conversion, like VoIP to PSTN or network access control, etc. Dynamic routing is supported by the routers. Means at a particular time, if there is traffic jam on any particular route, the router can change the route in the dynamic time, whereas the gateway does not do this. Now moving forward, the router works on layer number 3 and 4 and the gateway work upon layer number 5. So this is the few basic differences between the router and the gateway. Now moving forward, this is a very simple and a basic difference table between the hub, switch and router. So as you all know that hub is not an intelligent device. There is no any intelligence in the hub. If hub is used to just connect the system together. If one device send a data, the hub replicate the data to all the other devices, and the devices map their address to the packet's address, and if the address matches, the system receives the packet, otherwise it discards the packet. Whereas switch has a small level of intelligence. It connects the data according to the MAC address of the system. It temporarily maintain a connection between the sender and the receiver, and after the communication has been done, it disconnect the connection between the both, means the sender and the receiver. And the next is router. So the router can read the IP address, and it supports the dynamic routing. It has a routing table through which it can select the route, that what is the perfect route and which is the perfect route through which the data can be sent from the sender to the receiver. So through this way the router works. So today we had studied about some network devices that are all important network devices and play a very important role in order to sending the data from the sender and the receiver. So this is all about today's session. Hope you all had enjoyed this. Thank you.